Start of stage 5 of the 2009 Monte Carlo Rally. Of course, former jewel in the crown of the World Rally Championship, and this year it is the opening round of the Intercontinental Rally Challenge. Well, the Monte deciding to go its own way and go back towards its traditional through-the-night stages on the Col de Torini, and really looking forward to bringing you those live as well here on British Eurosport. Well, you can see these shots from the helicopter hovering at the top. Jan Capecci in the pre-start tent. The time clocks are there. The whole of the timing system runs on a digital system, very much like any other circuit racing. When the driver breaks the timing beam at the start, and then at the finish, the transponder tells the computers how fast he's gone through the stage. But the co-driver, Peter Starry here, or any other co-driver in the car, also has a time card on which his due start time is written, and his finish time is also penciled in by the marshals. So although it's all digital, the team also have a pen and paper, belt and braces way of keeping themselves in touch with what they're doing. And as we count down to the start of the stage, on board with Jan Capecci, away we go into the snow and ice. Now, there's been no question about tyres this morning. Everybody has taken snow tyres with studs. Nicolas Voyons and Jan Capecci have not had extra cuts put in the tyres, so they're taking perhaps a little bit of a gamble that the conditions won't be as deep and thick snow as everybody else. Let's enjoy the ride. We could hear him locking up there on the ice, the wheels grabbing and the studs scratching for grip. Well, yesterday's third stage in conditions of heavy falling snow for the front runners, but at least it's clear visibility today. Well, Capecci ran the whole day yesterday without power steering. That failed a few kilometres into stage 1, so Lord knows what his forearms were feeling like by the end of the day, but he said it was a real wrestling match. This new Skoda really proving itself to be very quick straight out of the box. As you can see in amongst the trees, picture breaking up a little, but what we're going to do is follow Jan here for several kilometres, give you a real feel for the stage. Second car on the road has already started half a minute ago. They're at 2-minute intervals, the front runners. Later members in the field at 1-minute intervals. What we're going to do is follow Jan Capecci all the way through stage number 5 here, and give you an idea of what a full stage on the Monte looks like. Top 10 on the overnight order running in reverse order. Capecchi, first man on the road. He was 10th last night. So the top 10 will go 10 down to 1. And then from then on, 11 on down through the order. That's to try and avoid tactics with rally leaders dropping back on stages so they don't have to sweep the road on the previous day. On the next day, rather. And as you can see again, conditions here pretty decent. BF Goodrich, who are supplying the tyres for all the IRC runners, sending 2 ice note crews through the stage before it's opened to competitors, and they're relaying details back about the percentage of ice, where icy patches might be forming, and this is absolutely crucial because particularly at the end of a sunny day, the ice forms and the shady side on the north part of a mountain very quickly indeed. The dew point is always very close. In the inset you can see Franz Wittmann, Austrian son of Franz Wittmann. He's Franz Wittmann Jr. this one. Second place, 3:23.9 at the split, 3:21.8 was Capecchi's time, so Wittmann 2 seconds down on him. Tony Gardemeister in the stage, 8th place overnight Gardemeister, and going very quickly this morning, only just beaten to the win on stage 1 by Chris Meek. So Gardemeister definitely somebody we've got to watch. Struggled a little bit yesterday, the Finn, in his Abarth. Stage 2 had, or stage 1 had a screen misting up on him, and he had gearbox problems, and poor tyre choice on stage 2. He didn't take spikes in his snow tyres and really struggled for grip. Gardemeister right back on form this morning. Tony finished stage 3 yesterday with a puncture as well, hit a bank in the closing stages again, not taking spikes, being perhaps too aggressive with his tyre choice. I don't think that's going to be his way today. He's obviously going to have to look for being a little bit, well, not conservative, but realistic perhaps with a tyre choice, having lost a bit of time yesterday. Jan Capecchi still first car on the road. Gardemeister fastest on the stage at the moment though. He's 3.1 seconds up on Jan Capecchi in the Skoda at the first intermediate. This is a really important year for Abarth, particularly because having run pretty close to Peugeot's pace for much of last season, they did just seem to lose out in pretty much all conditions. There was never anywhere really where the Grandi Punto was better clearly than the Peugeot 207, and Abarth really need to get back with the program this season and make this a genuine three-way manufacturers battle, with Skoda now looking as if they are going to be very strong challengers for the manufacturer's crown as well as the driver's title. Obviously with Skoda's heritage in rallying and the Volkswagen group behind the engineering, they're going very well indeed. Giandomenico Basso, you can see in the inset again. Here's Arbart Grandi Punto, struggling a little yesterday, and slowest on the stage so far as well, so that much hasn't changed. 10th on the opener on yesterday morning, again eschewing spikes on his snow tyres and ruining it, and on the second stage as well, really struggling. 6th quickest, but losing a lot of time. Giandomenico had a slightly better run through the third stage last night, but still ended the day in 7th place, 1 minute 29 off the lead. While Jan Capecci, as you can see now, at the 15-kilometre mark. The stage in its entirety ought to take close to 20 minutes, so he's getting on for, well, 15 Ks of the 25.7 kilometres. So in fact, we should be perhaps a little more than 20 minutes. The opener, 25.3 kilometres, was won in 18.5 minutes. Fifth car on the stage this morning will be Chris Meek, who was in 6th place last night, winner of stage 4, so his 2nd stage win in a row, and the winner of the final stage yesterday, of course. Beautiful sideways action here from Jan Capecci. And again, real classic Monte territory. Narrow, snowy mountain roads, alpine villages, snow, ice. And there is Chris Meek, our rally leader. Oh, and the Peugeot UK drivers had a little off on the right-hand front side. Looks as though he hasn't punctured the tyre, though, so 3:18.6 for Chris Meek. That's the fastest by a 1/10 of a second over Tony Gardemeister. Back with Capecci. Skoda looking very good after their first ever day of Intercontinental Rally Challenge action yesterday, opening day of the Monte, and for a company like Skoda to be able perhaps to go on and win a rally as prestigious as the Monte Carlo Rally. Can you imagine that? Every Skoda next year, Monte Carlo Rally winner stuck on the back window. That's exactly why Skoda used to go rallying so consistently in the old days, with their 120s, 130s, 110s before that. They were so proud of their rallying heritage, winning their class countless times on major events. And for what was then a small company based behind the Iron Curtain in the Czech Republic, they used to produce miracles with the most minuscule of budgets. John Hogland, for many years the Norwegian driver, was their star in the World Rally Championship, and he used to just work on a handshake. They'd say to him, "John, do you fancy doing the rallies this year?" He'd say, "Yeah, go on then." And that was it. They did the deal, and Hogland would turn up, the car would be there, and he'd go off and win his class countless times. So Chris Meek still fastest. Freddie Loix, who was just ahead of him last night by 6.7 seconds, has already lost another second of that this morning. And Chris Meek, by all accounts, delighted with the event yesterday. Had a quick interview with him at the end of stage 3 last night, live on Eurosport, and he was just beaming from ear to ear. His first ever snowy rally stage, fantastic, he said, and in Parc Fermé, desperately wishing for more snow. Well, he's not doing a bad job considering the limited running he's had in these Super 2000 cars. Very different from what he's using in previous seasons. double junior World Rally, British Rally champion rather, Chris Meek. Loving this white stuff, and having won stage 4 this morning, Meek looks like he's continuing to fare well. See if we can bring up the bit more of the intermediate split times for you. At the moment though, Meek fastest by a second over Freddie Loix and by a 1/10 of a second over Tony Gardemeister. And Capecchi now in the high alpine plains. Watery sun trying to break through the clouds. Sébastien Ogier, this young man, is in 4th place, or was in 4th place overnight, running in the BF Goodrich drivers team car, and fastest on the stage, 3:16.2. Well, no favouritism being shown to him by the BF Goodrich crews. In fact, he rather criticised the ice notes from the first stage, but nonetheless, doing a very strong job. Junior World Rally champion last year, Sébastien Ogier, and the Frenchman delighted to have the opportunity to come out and compete on the Monte. Waiting for the stage times to come through on the computer system at the moment, because Capecchi hasn't completed the stage yet. It's not working on split times. And the news is that as he completed the first stage this morning, Juho Hanninen in fact went quicker in the ends than Chris Meek by 8.5 seconds in the Skoda Fabia. So the rally leader has hung on to the lead. Chris Meek came out of the stage as the rally leader, but is now 1 minute and 9 seconds behind Juho Hanninen in 2nd place overall. Sébastien Ogier 3rd overall, ahead of Freddie Loix, Tony Gardemeister and Nicolas Voyoz after the 4th stage. So times updating through the morning. And big dramas for Stéphane Sarrazin on the opening stage this morning. As we look at Nicolas Voyoz, Sarrazin 4 minutes 50 seconds adrift of the leaders. So big problems for Sarrazin. Have to wait and see exactly what's happened to him. Voyoz is the reigning IRC champion, car number 1 yesterday on the road, and won the opening stage of the event, but since then has struggled a little. 9th and 5th on stage 2 and 3. Capecchi 17 minutes 53.7. So that is the bogey time, or that's not the bogey time, that is the time that they're aiming for on the stage. So don't worry too much about pencil and paper. I've got one out, so hopefully we'll keep you up to speed with that. Stage 4, the overall result, seeing Nicolas Voyoz in 6th position. Now he was in 3rd place overnight, so after stage 4 this morning, he has dropped down to 6th place. But here is the man who has completed the 2nd stage. Let's have a quick word with Jan Capecchi, see what he thought of it.
Jan, how was this fast and snowy stage?
I think quite okay, because the conditions were quite stable over here, and it was quite okay. Some places quite good fun.
Thank you very much.
It looked like it, didn't it? I think the driver's really enjoying this. What really worries the drivers about the Monte is when they start what seems like a bone dry stage on tarmac, on slick tyres. or maybe on cut slick, something like that, but on non-snowy tyres, non-ice tyres particularly. And then they find that, in fact, since the ice crew has gone through, the stage has frozen. On the inset, as we watch Franz Wittmann, there is Stefan Sarazan, 3:19.5 at the split, so that leaves him 4th place behind Sébastien Ogier. But he has dropped from 2nd overnight to 9th place on the first stage today. So Sarazan losing a lot of time. Franz Wittmann charging towards the line. Now don't forget, he started 2 minutes behind. Doesn't mean that his time will be 2 minutes greater, but 2 minutes after Jan arrives at the line is roughly where he should be. Cameraman's got a bit ahead of him here. No, he hasn't. He's got a bit behind him, lost him in the trees. Wittmann in one of the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolutions. And France's is Evolution 9, yes. Entered by the Interwetten, German online betting organisation, sponsoring Austria and Germany and Austria, sponsoring a lot of single-seater racing drivers as well. Have their own team in the World Series by Renault. And he finishes 18, that's the overall, 18:19.1. So 17:53.7 fastest time at the minute. Let's have a quick word with Franz Wittmann. Our man Alessandro Dragazze down in the finish area.
Franz, how difficult is battling against this army of S2000 cars with your group and Mitsubishi?
It's normally not possible, and today we start to reach the borders of this competition because we can't push any harder. We have big troubles with understeering, but we're trying very hard. But in the end, it just matters that we show a good performance and that we represent Austria and Interwetten for as best as we can.
Thank you, well done.
Thanks.
So Juho Hänninen comes through fastest on the stage on the split, 3:15. Hänninen really enjoying himself, clearly on board with Tony Gardemeister. Gardemeister, don't forget, was pretty quick in the second split. Left him in about 3rd or 4th position. He was fastest of the 3 cars that had got there by the time he did. That was only 3 minutes into the stage, 18-minute stage. 9 seconds he's dropped to the fastest man, Jan Capecchi. So Gardemeister, 18 minutes, 02.8. Capecchi, 17 minutes, 53. And Capecchi was... 3 minutes, just under 3 minutes, 2 minutes 55 behind Gardemeister, so still a long way back for Jan Capecchi, even if he does claim the fastest time on the stage. Capecchi only 6th on the first stage this morning. Tony was 3rd quickest.
Tony, a lot of snow as you like. How happy are you with your performance?
Previous stage was okay, but this stage we went off for the 20 seconds. I cannot get the reverse, and we lost this 20 seconds there, and it was really, really sleepy this stage.
Thank you very much.
So the ever-brilliant Tony Gardemeister owning up to his mistakes there, and why not? Well, the car run by the Astra Racing team. And Gardemeister's Grandi Punto starting the day in 8th place. And his target, Giandomenico Basso, was just 5.7 seconds in front of him. And at the first split, Basso had lost almost all that time. So Giandomenico may well have not made the best of tyre choices. He was only 11th on the first stage. Gardemeister was 3rd. And Giandomenico lost around 48 seconds to Gardemeister on that stage, so Gardemeister pulling himself up a little bit up the order, moved up to 5th place after stage 1 this morning, ahead of Nicola Voyors, and Gardemeister also ahead of Giandomenico Basso. And Basso, it seems, not going to strike back here either, losing another 10 seconds and counting. On Gardemeister, that is. Never mind what he's losing to Jan Capecchi. It's a bit windy here at the top of the mountain. 18.22, so he lost 20 full seconds to Tony Gardemeister. Giandomenico Basso fourth at the moment on the stage. So there you see Jan Capecchi still the fastest man by 9 seconds over Gardemeister. Now Chris Meek, second on this morning's first stage, has moved up, we believe, to second overall, and we will see him next. So we'll have a quick word with Giandomenico. Seems to have finished without any punctures this time, which is good news. And I wonder whether he is happy with his tyre choice.
Giandomenico, you lost 1 minute in SS4, even in SS3 performance was not very good. What's wrong? Giandomenico, hai perso 1 minuto nella SS4, anche adesso non sei molto rapido, qual è il problema?
Abbiamo perso 1 minuto perché all'inizio siamo usciti un po' larghi in una curva e poi non ho più avuto confidenza con la vettura, non riesco ad andare. Non mi trovo bene con la macchina, non la sento bilanciata e quindi non riesco a fare quello che voglio.
Thank you, Giandomenico. Yes, we lost a lot of time in SS4 because I have not a good feeling with the car.
Fastest on the stage now. So Juho Hänninen beat him to the win in stage 4, first of this morning. Looking here at Fast Freddy Loix, the Belgian driver, with his new co-driver Isidore Smets. And Freddy lying in 5th place overnight, just ahead of Chris Meek.
Very fast, nevertheless.
This is my first morning on snow. Very, very tricky, but it's so important for the gravel no crew. I can't thank him enough, and thank the organisers for letting us use him, because yes, the stage is completely white, but some sections is solid ice below, which is frozen overnight, so it's so difficult just to pick which is the ice under the snow and which is just snow which you break through the tarmac. So I have to thank my ice snow crew. Without them, it's not possible to drive the stage.
Thank you very much.
So Chris Meek fastest at the moment then, Freddy Loix charging. And the relevance, of course, of the ice note crews is, as Chris was pointing out, it does look white, but the patches underneath that look black, well, they could be dry tarmac or wet tarmac. They could equally be black ice, where it was wet over in the afternoon yesterday and froze overnight. 17.21.0 for Loix, so still close, trading seconds at the top. Chris Meek fastest from Freddy Loix and Jan Capecchi, 3rd quickest at the moment on the stage. So Sébastien Ogier charging through now. Catch a quick word with Freddy Loix, 2nd quickest at the moment.
Freddy, 2nd best time in this special stage, but you are moving up in the overall especially.
Yes, slowly. Chris is going very quick, and I can do more. I don't want to take any risk because I'm thinking a little bit of the championship, but the stage is so nice in the snow. You want to attack, but on the same time you are thinking, slow down, you have to get to the finish. So it's fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Well, been universal delight with the stages so far. Often in the well, last 6-10 years, Monte has been predominantly dry tarmac or dry-ish tarmac, with ice patches being the major worry. But as you can see this year, looking much more like an Alpine rally of old. And the Monte Carlo rally initially inaugurated all as Sébastien Ogier takes the lead of the stage. 17 minutes 17.8 seconds, 9/10 quicker than Chris Meek. He was faster than Chris by 2.5 at the first split. Quicker here by 0.9 seconds over 25 kilometers of snow and ice. It's very close indeed. It's originally created by Anthony Nog of the club that became the Automobile Club of Monaco, as a way of getting rich guests to drive to Monaco for the winter instead of just for the summer.
Sebastian, what's the problem? We have. Can we show with the camera?
Yeah. With my gearbox, the bar is broken, and it is very difficult to change the gear.
Where did it happen?
I don't know. Maybe around the middle of the stage. Yeah, shit.
Nevertheless, you said the fastest time.
Yeah, I had a good start. So I did a mistake in a little shock in the rear, in the back, but it's okay.
Thank you.
So Sébastien Ogier, he was saying the arm, the gear selector arm, which is beside the steering wheel for the sequential gearbox, broke. So obviously the cushioned handle that he's been using, and having to use either part of the shaft or part of the mechanism to change gear with the sequential.
300 droitier aussi à la fond absolu et rail givre. Et 400 derrière. 400 après le long ciel, attention, gauchy place à la maison. Gauchy place à la maison après le long ciel. Dans gauchy et 300 aux arbres.
Interesting to hear the co-driver there saying 400 meters and then careful, ice by the house. So those are little details that have been added in by the ice note crews that have gone through to warn the drivers where the dangerous patches are. The ordinary pace notes, the co-driver and the ice note crew have exactly the same set for each driver, and then the ice note crews go through and with a highlighter pen, ice by the house or ice under the tree or caution, icy patches here or something like that, to give the driver a fighting chance of surviving the capricious weather. Voyos absolutely flying at the end there, also bearing some scars of battle, but losing 45 seconds, so we'll have to catch up with Nicolas and find out where the champion went off the road, because it seems he absolutely must have done. Voyos was in third place overnight, 33.9 behind the leader. Here is Stéphane Sarrazin. He was second overnight, 11.9 behind the leader. And Sarrazin rushes to the finish. Let's get down and have a quick word with Nicolas Voyos, the reigning IRC champion.
Nicola, you lost more than 1 minute in SS4, even here 45 seconds from Ogier. What's going wrong?
Yeah, we get a puncture on the stage before, and it broke one brake, so we have only free brake in the free wheels. And the spare wheel that we change, it's without stud, so the car is completely...
Okay, thank you.
Yes, he was trying to think of a clean word there. Thank you very much indeed for that, Nicolas. 12.2 seconds behind the fastest is Stéphane Sarrazin. So the overnight leaders starting to struggle a little here in these very snowy conditions. Sarrazin, of course, ex-single-seater ace, and combining his outings for Peugeot in the Le Mans 908 diesel with the IRC. converted to rallying and found just how much fun all the others have been having 2 or 3 years ago. Damage there on the driver's side. Now, that's a rare mistake. You can tell he didn't grow up as a rally driver, because rally drivers traditionally learn to go off on the co-driver's side only. But
Stefan, you lost a lot of time in SS4. What happened?
Yeah, I arrived too fast in the ice part, and I went down on the road. And the spectator helped me, but it was very difficult to put the car on the road, so I lost 4 minutes. We'll see. Push.
Only damages on the bodywork? Everything okay with the rest of the car?
The car is okay, no problem. Just I lost a lot of time, so it's shit.
Thank you.
And Juho Hänninen, the overnight leader, whoa, ditch hooking that bank on the inside, really looking aggressive. Well, that damage then from the big time loss on stage 4 for Stefan Sarrazin. And here is rally leader Juho Hänninen, looking to try and stay in front of Chris Meek. Sébastien Ogier fastest on the stage up until now, but Hänninen again flying, 17 minutes 01. So he's taken another couple of seconds, 16 seconds indeed, out of Sébastien Ogier. And that will put him back on top of the leaderboard, ahead of Chris Meek, with Ogier third from Freddie Loix, Tony Gardemeister and Voyoz in 6th position. Sarrazin dropping to 8th place after that off on the first stage. So here's our rally leader, Juho Hänninen.
Juho, your rivals committed mistakes and you set the fastest time in this last special stage.
Yeah. I didn't know what was our time because I was a little bit coming more steadily now when Sarrazin made mistakes at the stage 1. But anyway, it seems to be a good time and it's a lot of fun now. I really enjoy it.
It's amazing the performances of this brand new car.
Yeah, I know. Of course, we all understand that the car must be very good.
Thank you.
Well, there's some understatement for you from the classic phlegmatic Finn, but just like all the others, perhaps with a slight exception of Sarrazin there, beaming from ear to ear, really enjoying this Monte Carlo rally experience. And for the drivers,
and usual gravel, no tarmac, so it was good, but quite slippery still.
Thank you.
So he did get by Olivier Bourri there on the stage, because he has finished it in front of Bourri.
Oui.
Well, now, good news for Anton is that the predominance of tarmac events from last year has definitely changed around this year.
Doublé par Anton Allen, il y a eu un souci particulier.
He passed by Anton.
Alors, le souci, c'est qu'il est beaucoup plus vite que moi, lui.
Then, well, you know, parts can be hard to get. And what was his time? 1 minute 40.06 for Olivier Bourri, and Anton Allen coming through. No, I beg your pardon, what was Bourri's time on the stage? 18 minutes 03, and Anton Allen coming through 17 minutes 6. So just 5.5 seconds slower than Juho Hänninen. Allen has certainly not given up trying. Sébastien Ogier third on the stage, Chris Meek fourth, Freddie Loix in 5th position, and Chris Meek now lying 2nd overall on Rally Monte Carlo. Stefan Sarrazin 6th on this stage after losing 4.5 minutes on the first stage of the morning. Jan Capecci in 7th place on the stage, ahead of Tony Gardemeister, Nicolas Voyoz and Olivier Bourri. And 12 cars have finished the stage. Giandomenico Basso slow through here. So there is the overall ranking then at the moment after stage 5. Looks unlikely to change, but 1 minute and 27 seconds Juho Hänninen has in hand on the as he goes into the 3rd stage of day 2. So getting towards the halfway mark. And Sarrazin, Capecci and Allen all moving up. Well, Sarrazin didn't move up in the order. He moved down quite significantly in the order because he was 2nd overnight, but moving at the moment from his lowly position after stage 4. Don't forget, you can see the second of our live stages this afternoon, 15:45 Monaco time. That is 2:45 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time if you're in Great Britain, Ireland, Portugal, or the rest of Western Europe. And highlights tonight at midnight Central European Time. That's 11 p.m. British time. And our second live stage will be on Eurosport 1. So join us for that. Until then, from snowy and exciting Monte Carlo Rally, from me, Martin Haven, our production crew, it's goodbye for now. We'll see you this afternoon. Bye-bye.